Calkoen was born with cerebral palsy and was told from a young age that there were many things he wouldn't be able to do, but he proved many people wrong.
And I'd done a little bit of speaking and I thought, hey, this is a pretty cool gig.
Yeah.
And I thought in order to really step up, I needed to go to the most competitive place I could think of, and that was New York City. And I went there and things went pretty well. I spoke with NBC Universal, Viacom International.
Wow.
I now go back to America every year speaking, and what it did is it made the world a whole lot smaller. It created opportunities, and I just decided to leverage those, and now here I am on this couch. When I did a skydive and about to jump out of a plane from 15,000 feet, I thought it would be scary, but instead I thought to myself, am I wearing the most appropriate footwear? You see, I've been wearing these shoes that have zips that tend to come undone at the most inappropriate times, and all I imagine is my shoes flying from 15,000 feet, flying off my feet. But while I've started doing these things I once thought were so scary or even impossible, is that sometimes our dreams can feel much the same. Scary, impossible. The process towards accomplishment may take years, even decades. But deciding to jump out of a plane and doing it on the same day builds trust in our processes, builds confidence in our ultimate dreams. But all we have to do is wake up, challenge the voice within, take action, and achieve. The adrenaline that is felt from achieving something in a day must be magnified 1,000,000 times over when achieving something over a lifetime. Tonight, we celebrate people who have followed years and decades of process to achieve the most awesome results. A few months ago, I was at the top of a remarkable ski fields in Queenstown, and I received a phone call from Gary Monk. As he spoke, I got goosebumps all down my spine, not because it was 4 degrees, but because he was giving me the invitation to be here, to speak with you all. And in a funny way, here on the North Shore, in a room of excellence, is where my speaking career began. I was a teenager and inspired by the opportunities people had embraced and created to become more successful than most could ever imagine. As I got to know these people, I'd often refer to them as my giants. Tonight, we celebrate your giants. As a student at Rangitoto College, it was the giant of Turinga Bizzoni who inspired me to put running shoes up on my feet when others saw walking as my biggest challenge. What I've learned since, and certainly reinforced after having lunch with Turinga on Monday, is that people who see opportunity ahead of challenge can achieve and overcome remarkable things. These simple words to me saw me representing New Zealand throughout the world in both the 100 and 200 metres, and through doing so, I was asked to take on my biggest fear, public speaking. Fear is a complicated thing. It can see us fight, stick with what is comfortable, or it can inspire us to exceed expectations and fly. After fighting the fear of public speaking and saying no a few too many times, I thought maybe I'm missing my greatest opportunity. So I said yes to speaking at an event for the North Harbour Club. And in order to feel comfortable with my speaking, I did what I did to get comfortable with my running. I trained. And at the end of that talk, a man whose presence could either intimidate or inspire said, "Well spoken, very well spoken." People say actions speak louder than words, but small words can inspire big actions. And inspired by the words of Ross Finlayson, I decided to go, 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 which is when I met many of you in this room tonight. The project was the North Shore Life Centre, and we needed to raise a lot of money and not a lot of time. We realised that people paid to get inspired, and if we could give the inspiration for free, maybe they would return the favour in the form of a donation. As a result, we'd have nights that would raise $80,000, which gets standing ovations when asking for $1 million and get the $1 million. And we built what would become known as the Yes Disability Resource Centre in Albany. We renamed it Yes because saying yes can change a life. Yes, because in a moment of need, people are looking for an answer, and if we can't provide the answer, well, when we would do what New Zealanders are famous for, and that is innovate. This innovation has created a mentoring program, a leadership program, partnerships with government, and a partnership with the development of Shore Junction to ensure that the shore continues to foster the talent that leads to nights like this. I recently heard the curator of TED.com, a man called Chris Anderson, say, "For a while it is fine to just follow and support someone else's dream. In doing so, we will be building valuable relationships, valuable knowledge, and at some point, your passion will come up and whisper in your ear, 'I'm ready.'" Mine didn't so much whisper, but it came to me in the form of one of New Zealand's greatest speakers, Billy Graham, who built on the encouragement of Ross and many in this room by saying, if you can do what you did here, you can do it anywhere. As you could see from the short video before, I chose to chase these words because of the inspiration of this region. That staying with what is comfortable very rarely brings the most awesome results. Stepping into the unknown is what sees us stepping up. It also supports, encourages, and enables others to step up. And isn't that the truest form of success? Not what we achieve individually, but through the teams we build and the inspiration we give. So as a speaker, why do I do what I do? Why do I choose to create a job that brings about new fears every day? You see, no matter how often I do this, or how many thousands of people I speak with, or where in the world my speaking may take me, it continues to ignite fear. Fear because in each talk I choose to take a risk. And I take these risks because of the rewards, the adrenaline. People realizing that we all have a story, and what unites us isn't our accomplishments but our desire towards accomplishing awesome things. I do what I do because of a kid in Gore who says, "Cam, I want to be an All Black, and now I believe I can be an All Black." For the business owners in Brisbane who say, "Cam, a few years ago we were going through a really tough time with business. We thought about closing shop, but we heard your words, we stayed looking for awesome, and we've just had the best month ever." And I do what I do for the grandmother in New York City who says, "Cam, thank you for reminding me that at 75 years of age I can still dream big, that my story still has many chapters within it, and I'm going to make them as awesome as possible." Here on the North Shore, we have many awesome stories that are shared too little and sometimes too late. But tonight we voice some of our awesome stories as a celebration and inspiration of what we can achieve when we create a region that celebrates excellence.
Another thing I have to mention is in Korea, we weren't expecting the start to be in Korean. And when you're on the blocks, you haven't got much time to translate what they're saying. Luckily begun sounds the same. Thank you once again to the North Harbour Club for all your support. Thank you.